Hello, welcome to the first of our free fun activities. The first one is going to be super easy to get everybody in the swing of making things. I'm going to make EleFriends. So there's a few different ones that I can show you because it really is about using what you've got to hand and kind of using my ideas as inspiration to do your own thing. So here's him. There's another little one with his tail card. There's some as pictures. So they really are just about using what you've got to hand. The first thing that you need to do is have a piece of card, and it doesn't need to be anything special. It can just be a cereal box, an old Christmas card, anything that you've got to hand. And you're going to draw around your hand to make the elephant shape. When you're drawing that, you need to think about your hand as an elephant. So your thumb needs to be curved in very slightly to make the trunk. Stay good sticking out like that, want to be trunk shape. And your fingers, you don't need to draw the full length of your fingers because otherwise he's going to really have really long legs. So what you need to do is just draw down to about your knuckles. So you're going to end up with something that looks a little bit like that. And then what you're going to need to do is can you hear the chickens outside? My thumb, it comes out a little bit where my knuckle is. So I'm just going to straighten that line. And there's the top. I'm going to curve the top around to make him elephant shape. I'm going to cut him out. Okay, once you cut him out, you can either draw directly on him with felt tips and pens, a little bit like that coloured one that I showed you earlier, or you can decorate him with bits and pieces that are around the house. This one, I'm going to use a bit of a map. If you remember what I showed you first of all, don't know how well you can see, that one's an envelope. You can see a bit of a stamp there. That one's some old music papers, but you can use anything, magazines, any bits of paper that you've got lying around the house. So with my map, I'm going to put him underneath a piece of elephant, put the map underneath the elephant, draw around him, and then stick the map on top of the elephant. Again, if you've got glue, that makes it really easy. If not, on my website it shows you how you can make glue from flour and water. Don't need a lot of flour, just a spoonful of flour, a spoonful of water, mix it all up. If it's too thick and lumpy, just add a little bit more water, drip by drip. This really is about using the things that you've got to hand, not buying anything else that you don't need to. So then, once you've put your map on your elephant, or you've decorated your elephant, we need to do eyes. We're going to do eyes, tail and ears are the other things that we need to do. So the eyes, you can just draw them on like these ones here. You can use buttons if you've got buttons to hand. If you've got a hole punch, you can punch holes out. I've done that on a few of mine. That was a train ticket that I got, so they were really bright coloured, and just gently, these really are fiddly, just stick them on. And then the other thing you can do, if you've got a hole punch or you've got a grown-up who can use a pair of scissors carefully for you, is you can make eyes with these little things. Don't know if you recognise them. They're the ring pulls on Tetra Paks. So Tetra Paks, the orange juice, the milk juice cartons, the little ring pull. So punch a hole for his eye, and then with the ring pull, with just a little ringy bit, stick it all the way through so it sits flat, and you've got cute little eyes. Okay, the tail, again, whatever you've got to hand. So for this tail, I've used wool. For some of the others, I've cut an elastic band in half and used a bit of elastic band. For string, garden twine, absolutely anything that you've got. Like I say, paper, just cutting a little sliver of paper, that will be fine. Just think around what you've got and what you can use. Okay, the ears, again, two different things I've thought of, but just feel free to think about what you've got yourself. You can use a piece of paper, and what I sometimes do to get a nice little 3D effect like that is cut a teardrop from a piece of paper, again from a magazine or an old envelope, anything that you've got to hand, teardrop shape, just kind of like crunch it up at the top. Make sure that you've got a flat bit, so maybe fold it over, flat bit, and then stick that on with some glue. You do that with this one. Bear with me a second. So nice little 3D ear, which again you can play around with the different sizes. Another thing that I like doing, which is really daft and quirky, is using tea bags for ears. Again, they're just the right colour and they're really nice and textured. So what you do is get a tea bag that's already been used, that's made a hot drink of tea. It should have had hot water on it, so it's got all of the nice colours that it's brewed and infused, but it doesn't want to have come into contact with milk or sugar, because then it will have gone all yucky and horrible. So rescue your tea bag from the cup or from the teapot, leave it to dry. That might take about a day or so you might need to be patient or make some in advance. Cut down one side and then just empty all of the leaves. Give it once it's dry, it's quite easy to get rid of all of the leaves. You might just need to give it a couple of rustles to do that. And so you've got a really interesting colour. So you've got your empty tea bag, fold it in half, and then just, if you've got round tea bags, that might be actually even more elephant ear shape. These ones are square and they still work. Just kind of like rustle it up, and again, like there's no exact way to do it. You're just kind of like trying to make a little elephant ear like that to stick on. Just going to stick on there on my elephant. Like that. So that's your elephant. He's got his body, he's all covered, he's got his eyes, he's got his ears and his tail. And then it's up to you to do with them what you want. You can stick them on cards like this. You can decorate both sides. You can hang them in the window. A whole row of elephants like I showed you beforehand. And if you do that, you can have fun using different size ones as well. Kind of like go around the people in your house, drawing around their hands. So you'll get some big elephants, you'll get some small elephants. And it's just about using what you've got. So have fun doing that. Don't forget, I don't know what's happening with anybody either. I'm in this room, I can't see what you're doing, so it'd be really, really nice if you would show me your elephant makes. I've put my website on the page where you can social media me, and once I start seeing them, I'm going to set up a virtual gallery on my website and on social media so you can see yours and you can have a look what everybody else has done as well. So I'm going to be back next week. We're going to be making beach huts out of Tetra Paks next week, so hope you look forward to that. In the meantime, stay safe and yeah, show me what you've done. Like, I'd like to see. Take care. Bye-bye.